Today we've got fresh setups for XMR, ICP and IOTX, but there's something fishy about Monero's recent 90% surge, so let's break down what happened. Hi everyone, first up we've got XMR Monero 4-hour chart, but this recent 90% surge may have not been as fully organic as we originally thought. So this move was quite a surprise for a lot of traders, including myself, but on further analysis, something a little bit fishy was going on. So on-chain investigator Zach XBT flagged that a major social engineering attack led to stolen Bitcoin and Litecoin essentially being rapidly swapped into XMR Monero, this token, through instant exchanges. That sudden demand appeared to line up with this spike which we saw, helping explain what looked like, on the face of it, a random pump. Now, this hasn't been officially confirmed by exchanges, but the timing and some of the flow data I've seen make it a very plausible catalyst and exactly why this sort of move deserves caution. But that being said, this pump has definitely got a lot of people interested. So despite the reasons for this pump, we could see a lot of interest starting to stack up for Monero, as it was actually doing quite well prior to this random pump. So let's break down my re-entry play to try and catch the next move up. So the first thing to highlight is we've had a retrace now back to the 0.786 fib level, meaning that the threat of the concern of chasing this pump, especially given the fact that it may have been a little fake in terms of not organic price action, the fact that we've had a strong retrace now does give us a safer opportunity to enter, because of course the sellers have taken back control. We've now retraced on the back of most of these gains essentially to where the breakout level was at around $500, $498 to be precise, and we've come back to retest the 200 MA. And also you can see on the RSI, we've almost had a complete reset. So even though the price action hasn't retraced 100% from its move, which would be this fib level here, the RSI has reset, suggesting we could have another move up from here with this huge potential double bottom. And currently the price action is sitting just above the 200 MA and the 786 fib level. Now, of course, we need Bitcoin to play along here, but we do potentially have a tradable pattern we can observe. So let's just draw this little pennant on. Let's just call this a bear pennant because we are in a downtrend. So we've come back down, we've formed this pennant. Essentially, this is the way I'm planning to play it. If I see a breakout of this pennant, I will then look to take a position on the flip side like this, having bullish confirmation, increasing the probabilities that this will act as a floor and a foundation. And then, of course, we want to see a move up from here. Now, Bitcoin, as I said, does need to play along, which is why we need to, of course, draw this pattern to keep probabilities in our favor, because if we do see a break to the downside here, of course, we know then to look to come in at lower support, which would essentially be 100% retrace on this move, which again would not be a bad play at all, except for the fact we would have then lost the 200 MA on the 4-hour time frame. So this is definitely not a enter now and cross your fingers. It is a wait for bullish confirmation and then look to enter. And it's a really straightforward play. And then if we do get our entrance on the flip side of that pattern, we can maybe look to take profits at this previous swing high just above the golden zone at around $650. I don't think with the market conditions at the moment we want to be overextending ourselves and looking at these higher TPs. We are pretty much in TP1 sort of territory, but given the fact that we had a lot of bullish momentum, regardless of whether it's fake or not, people have noticed this and will be looking to potentially capitalize on the next move up, and that may become a self-fulfilling prophecy despite the potential reasons behind this initial strong move. So if you want to try and capitalize on the next move up for XMR on the back of this nice 90% move, simply wait for a break of the pennant to the upside, invalidating the bear flag, and if you don't see that, wait for a support entry a little bit lower down at the 100% fib level at around 420. But that's XMR. But just a reminder, these setups are hand-picked coins and tokens with real trading potential based on technical analysis and probabilities, available on both centralized and decentralized exchanges. And also remember, the altcoin market follows Bitcoin's direction, so don't miss context. Make sure you subscribe to catch the latest Bitcoin update video before you trade. Next up, we've got ICP USDT 12-hour chart with what appears to be a very textbook setup, with a double bottom at support, with a move above the 50, then a break and confirmation of that double bottom, and now we've had a retrace within a falling wedge with nice 50 MA confluence and the neckline as well. Now, I'd be remiss not to quickly show you that there is the 200 moving average on this time frame also just ahead of the price action, just for clarity. So be very mindful and check what moving averages are overhead as well. But it wouldn't be too difficult for the price action to move beyond this and flip that level as well if we get some bullish moves from Bitcoin. But essentially the play we're looking at here is to simply come in on a break of this falling wedge with confirmation. So we want to see something like this, a break of the falling wedge, and then look to come back in on the retest with neckline and 50 MA confluence for a potential move up from here. And I'll be looking to take profits around 6.24 if we get that move. I don't think we can expect to move all the way up here with the current market conditions, but a really nice setup, because if the price action does break lower from here, you can see here previously we're going to have the price action ranging in this area for a little bit with support below, most likely giving me a few opportunities to reposition and exit with minimal to no loss if we get a move down from here. Whereas if we enter at the top here, of course, we're not going to have that manageability of risk. Now it does look like we're potentially trying to get a candle break at the moment, but of course if you don't see anything significant and it just kind of dribbles along like this, then of course presume it's going to roll over. So you do want to see a break of some sort like this, not a massive move, but a little bit of a move up here, maybe to around $4, and then look to come in on the retest. If we don't see that, then of course you've got a nice little entry point, this play at support again, even though the double bottom will be invalidated, as this has previously been a bouncing off point for the price action. So a nice textbook play, which is pretty manageable. Wait for a move of some significance out of the pattern and then look to come in on the retest. And if you don't see that, presume that will be coming down to our second entrance level at around $2.8 to $2.7, and then look to take a position there. At least that's my plan. But that's ICP. Really nice setup.
Hi there, I'm James. I'm the founder of ArcisFX. I'd like to personally invite you to join our 24/7 trading group. This is built for traders who want an edge. Inside, you'll get access to live calls on Forex, commodities, crypto, energies, and metals, along with exclusive daily analysis designed to unlock your trading potential. And this in both traditional and now in digital markets. I'm talking Bitcoin, crypto, altcoins, and tethered currencies. You'll gain early access to insider news, real-time updates, real-time support, and premium educational content. If you want to sharpen your skills and boost your success rate, then join me and Paul in this community. This is a fast-growing community of traders who are now writing their own success stories. So don't wait. Join up now. Your edge starts right here.
And finally today we have IOTX USDT weekly chart. So this is obviously a long-term play I'm looking at, as currently the price action is approaching the POC and VAL and long-term support. And you can see, of course, this area has been a launching off point for the price action. And just to clarify the gains we could potentially see if the market does move from here, that's 1,000% to the previous level we're at. So that's the idea. We have bullish divergence between the price action and the MACD, and we have oversold conditions on the weekly. Oversold conditions, in fact, we have never seen before with this asset. So a good buying opportunity for sure if the market can turn from here. Now, we're not quite low enough yet for my accumulation, so this is a definitely put it in your back pocket and set an alert play. The ideal place to come in on will be at the POC and the VAL, which is around 0.00390, but you could start to accumulate a little bit higher up at 0.0544. And again, this will be a long-term play, so you want to be maybe scaling in to scoop up the price action here first at 540, then again at 390, on the hopes of a move up from here. And even if the market isn't particularly bullish, when we arrive at this level, there should be enough resting liquidity here to have some kind of move, and even a move from 393 just to where we are at the moment, we'd be 100% play. So this is definitely a nice setup for medium to long-term holds coming down the pipe, with lots of potential if the market moves. No one's putting big money down on these levels just yet, but we want to start to accumulate as we approach support, assess the price action, and if we start to see some bullish moves, that curving round we see with the price action like here, like a double bottom or something like that, we can continue to add as the bullish signals stack up, scoop up these low average prices. We're in a good position for a nice long-term hodl play, and if the price action does take off, then that is seriously good profit potential just for a little bit of planning for this long-term play. But because IOTX is a low cap, the idea idea is because of that profit potential, we don't have to use as much capital to get the same sort of gains. So much smaller positions as we're approaching support, and then we can add additional smaller positions if and when the price action gives us reversal signals and so forth. And then we can accumulate in this entire area, waiting to take profits at the top here when and if we get that move. So really nice long-term play with IOTX. But I thought I'd share that with you today while the market is a little bit hesitant, as these are the sort of setups I'm always playing, I'm always adding to on the potential of a longer term reversal and bullish play. And despite the current bearish scenarios for Bitcoin at present, there is still a narrative where the market can take off, and we just want to make sure we're positioned at these lower levels when we get the opportunity, which IOTX is now providing. But for more winning setups, please consider subscribing and also hit that like button and let us know in the comments what altcoins you're thinking of trading. We also have a private group you can join, which posts charts like this throughout the week. But that's it for now. You can check James out on Sunday with his weekly Sunday night live show, and you can also check out my crypto focus stream from yesterday. Definitely worth a watch. And I'll of course be back on Tuesday with Bitcoin update. Catch you then.